Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Both these players choosing their characters quite nicely, actually. Fakey being, if you remember, depending on how much Fakey gameplay you've seen, you'll know that he's a pretty dedicated Scythe main. The bow to back him up as a bit of a secondary, along with just some fantastic stats and signatures. Moonin is always going to be pretty annoying to fight, if we can be honest. And Raydish, actually that would have been disastrous for either of them. Both of them very quickly running out of options, trying to outdo the other, make their way back to the edge and touch that side of the wall. Raydish sliding down with that the deal-light off the ground pound. That would have also been both these players ready to go full send off stage. Moonin can be a pretty fantastic character off stage, and Raydish, even though Petra, like, by default might not be that, like, top tier of an off stage legend, Raydish knows to use her as such. And so when someone is that good at the character, they elevate the character to a new height. It is a very strange phenomenon we've seen happen quite a few times, but that deal of recovery, it's not as strange a phenomenon that we see it happen just as much. Dodges through the desync perfectly. How the hell we time that? Still having the deal of recovery. There we go. Fakey, as you can even see, uses but you can see Fakey uses another Legends skin for the bow and then a Skyforged Scythe. Kind of, at least I'm hoping proving a bit of a point of a Scythe main with a bow as a secondary. Raydish with the orb is a bit more of a secondary, and the gauntlets just to kind of back him up with a character with, stop me if you've heard this before, pretty good stats and good signatures too.
Yeah, definitely good stats and good signatures. And Moonin, a lot of people say Moonin is slept on, and we are seeing that Skyforged Scythe come out, kind of that tried and true. I play Scythe skin if you want to, show that off in ranked or in your sets. But like you said, elevating the character when you play so much reminds me of a time I was talking to Java, and Java actually has enough experience to have a prestige 100 Bodvar, and I believe Raydish has sort of the same amount of level of experience on Petra, so he definitely knows what to do in most situations. And when you have so much experience on one character, it's like you can deal with most things. But we're seeing Fakey kind of use this Scythe to dismantle a lot of that experience, and down air into weapon throw is not going to connect, but going to send Radish off the map, dodging to the map. Fakey's still going to hit Radish off. Now we're back to the center, kind of looking for those side airs, and Radish is going to land that falling sider onto Fakey to knock Fakey out and give Radish a little bit of a lead. Still got some good damage on Radish though.
This is also going to be, just like the last set, a little bit of an underdog story, as we talked about Radish's accomplishments compared to Fakey's experience, and that NSIG is going to send quite nicely. But still, Radish's success compared to Fakey's experience makes this even bigger of an underdog story compared to last game. But still, Fakey very quickly on the rise. That 7th, nothing to scoff at. That was not a fluke. That was just how much he has been grinding lately. Even still, is willing to dance around, play a lot of this game completely stacked with Radish. Something that always makes me so stressed to watch. I hate watching stacked gameplay. It makes me so nervous.
I'm surprised I didn't hit. Wow. Fakey maneuvering around that down sig, and a great down air from Radish on that orb. Wow, look at the movement of these players. It's actually insane how they're able to maneuver around each other, just like you're talking about how Fakey was able to play stacked around Radish when Radish weapons have pretty good stacked options. But Fakey is going to catch Radish out with a insig, and that's going to put Fakey up. Wow. We're going to go into our advance now. Ooh.
Yeah, the maps that Radish leaves are pretty important to know what the strategy might be. Radish immediately banned a lot of the maps with platforms, while Fakey went to, I think, one of the only maps with platforms that he left still, which will be Fortress of Lions yet again. However, that last match, it was basically sudden death. It was close enough to the point where I don't really blame if Radish feels like, I just need to kind of bring this back a bit. I just got to respond. I just got to, make sure it doesn't slip. I don't get too confident. I am still playing the same way I am the whole game through, and maybe Fakey won't snatch this from me, but still some of the ways that he's able to punish these dodges and just kind of dance around and on top of Radish. Although he's able to hit 2 signatures in a row. Although
oh my
Radish is able
God.
to hit some attacks here and there, Fakey is overall kind of in control of the neutral area.
Yeah, we're seeing Fakey play really good neutral, but we have to be wary of those explosive moments Radish can have. Just when you, I'm gonna keep saying it as long as he's on the screen. When you have so much experience with one character, you know exactly what to do, especially if you're in advantage state. And so, ooh, oh, down air, nice! What a great wall bounce down air is gonna send Fakey off the stage, confirming that knockout, putting Radish up 3-2 stocks with a little bit of damage on him. Fakey's looking for a recovery or a side air or a D-Light side air or something, trying to avoid this orb damage that Radish is currently putting on Fakey. Gonna dodge the side air. Recovery's not gonna kill because of the high ceiling of Small Fortress of Lions. Weapon throw is gonna do a little bit of damage. Fakey really trying to get this knockout, but Radish just moving around Fakey and putting more damage on him.
Radish in a pretty good spot. Dare bounces off the wall. You can see Radish even some startup frames for that dare coming in, knowing that that first stock was done. Fakey wasting no time to put Radish's second stock into the play and immediately tying out any damage. A very heavy signature from Radish will bring the lead just a little bit back. Still, Fakey has been so good. With both dodge reads and dodge punishes, and has really, I don't know, I'm going to say it again, just been in complete control of the game sometimes, know how to take stage control and center stage at that, because he is currently becoming the clip generator of this tournament so far. Clip master.
Inlight into the Insig after like the falling there into the D-Light.
So good.
Oh, he almost got that too. Man, okay. Radish is going to even it up, going to stop some of that momentum that Fakey was getting. Fakey, it seems like the reason Fakey's able to get a lot of control in these games is because he's able to gain a lot of momentum off of his scythe, and Fakey's just, conserving that momentum. Let's not get into physics now, but using that to kind of keep control in neutral and keep Radish on his toes, because we all know what happens when Radish gets in control. We're seeing a little of that happen here. Radish continuously sending Fakey off the map with that tried and true orb that we're seeing. Sidelight D-Light gonna do a little bit of damage to Fakey. Not gonna hit that sidelight Sair. Oh, okay. It's really just players looking for that hit right now.
With these players knowing what's at stake, if Fakey drops this, it's 1-1. If Radish drops this, that means that they are on the verge of losing this set, and Fakey causing a pretty considerable upset. As we have Fakey putting a lot of offstage pressure. D-Sig, as try as he might, that is not quite gonna connect.
Ooh.
Fakey has been so good with these nairs, catching a lot of movement options and also just dodges in general. And how about Fakey actually has Radish downloaded a bit less,
nice.
And Radish gets a read of his own to tie up the set. Most of that game was in control of Fakey, but that is a huge shining gleam of hope for all the Radish fans out there.
Definitely. I feel like both of these players are super... I'm not discrediting anybody. They're great players, but it seems like when they get momentum, it's just you can't stop them. Like, these are heavily momentum-based players, and you saw that change in the last game. Like, Fakey did have a lot of stage control that whole game, but Radish just gets that small little burst of momentum, and he's unstoppable after it. But we're gonna see a complete run back again, back to Small Fortress.
Oh no!
No, Fakey! He's gonna have a little mistake off stage and give Radish a massive lead. We'll see what Fakey can do to come back from this. Oh, it's heartbreaking, man.
Fakey picking up the Shinsekai Kojibo, and gonna have to do some cleaning with that, brings him close to even Radish. No hesitation to say like, oh yeah, no, you lost that fair and square. I'm gonna go go to the top of the screen for my weapon start. I'm serious about taking this set from your hands. And some more Silent and Sairs will prove that true, as Radish is, if he plays the next few seconds, the Brawlhalla of his life, correct, could be up stocks 3-1. Weapon starting for the Gauntlets. Ground not quite going to send Fakey, trying to scheme a little bit for reversal of his own, gets back to stage for the site. Radish's defense I mean, you talk about momentum. When Radish has momentum, it's always very fun to watch, but sometimes Radish doesn't actually need defense and just has some solid defense. Or doesn't need momentum and just has solid defense. Has probably some of the best defense in North America. Fakey is just controlling the game speed, though. It's almost like as if Fakey's like, it's almost like as if Fakey's saying, like, listen, I know you're good at neutral, but honestly, throw everything you know about neutral out the window because I am just running at you. Fakey is controlling the game speed, and whenever the game speed is in his control, we rarely reset to neutral. It is just hit after hit after hit after bam after bam after bam.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of bams and hits both ways as we see Radish knock Fakey off down to this final stock of this game. I'm really excited to see how Radish kind of plays this and how Radish has adapted. You know, we saw in game 1 how Fakey, you know, is really good at kind of setting the pace and controlling the speed of the game. But Radish, taking Radish all the way up to the top of the stage. But seeing Radish kind of adapt to this, kind of being like, all right, I'm not going to let Fakey have this momentum or control the pace. And we're seeing this great ledge guard play coming off. Cider's not going to hit. Inlight's going to send Fakey back off the stage. Ooh, Fakey fighting their way back. Oh, Cider! Oh, okay, it's Sidelight! Okay, nice. Fakey's going to set the stocks 1-1, although it's going to be a very, very long road up in order to get this knockout on Radish. Defense wins games.
Unique way. Fakey plays Scythe in such a unique way and still has these dodge punishes down pat.
Oh my god.
Times, and just overall, his ability to never fall too far behind is just immaculate. Not quite able to get the punish of that side sig. Picks up Scythe again because he's had to double down this whole time, but it ends. Sig will let Raiders get the punish and send him a little bit closer. This is 1-1. This is determined who gets the lead in the set. Though this determines who is just one game closer to top 8 winner's side and who has to play the long con. Fakey ducking down under the weapon. Radish, you can see jittering on stage, just trying to figure out what next to do. Sarah is going to send high. Fakey chasing Radish to all the ends of the earth possible and brings it back from the jaws of defeat for a 2-1.
Holy moly. Fakey, like I said it was a long hill up, but Fakey saw that hill and he ran up. Like I'm very wow. I'm over here like Crocky, I'm moving in my chair. But that's great gameplay from Fakey. We're seeing those movement-based punishes. Like you see Radish kind of try to cross over Fakey, and Fakey what he'll do is turn around and Enlight and send Radish back the other way in anticipation of that crossover. So we're seeing some extremely high-level side gameplay from Fakey and just a great Petra from Radish. So this is a very exciting set, and I'm not sure how I feel about the Small Fortress of Lions, because it seems like both players were kind of struggling to knock out. If we were on a smaller map like Brawlhalla, it does seem like maybe the game could have gone a different way, you know, because there were a lot of those times where we're both in one stock red, right? But since we're on Small Fortress of Lions and the kill zones are the knockout zones are a lot more larger, we're seeing, you know, a Cider that may kill on Brawlhalla may not kill here, and kind of give a second chance to players that would usually get knocked out on a smaller map. So Graffiti, how do you feel like what do you think is the drawing thing to Small Fortress of Lions? Because we've been seeing like so many players go to this.
I don't know. I mean, the high ceiling is probably what Fakey is going for, because both Orb and Gauntlet have some pretty good upwards KOs, and so maybe Fakey is just kind of picking that to avoid any upwards KOs if we have a recovery or ending of the Swords grounded ground pound almost KOs upward. That would have been ridiculous, and also the fact that you can't recover below the stage, and there's a lot of space to the side of the stage. You can see it took Fakey a long time to fly from one end of the screen to the other to lose that first stock, so it might be just generally the offstage area.
Fakey air Radish off.
Yeah, wow. I mean, okay. Fakey's SD last game was more detrimental than Radish's SD this game, because that stock was already on its way out. Fakey had Fakey picked up Scythe, and Radish was dipping down in a barbecue sauce, right? Still, this orb is... This orb is leaving me speechless right now. But yeah, it's probably the high ceiling making it harder for Radish to get any KOs, along with... it's a pretty big offstage area to give Fakey a lot of space to kind of play around with Scythe and just restrict Radish's movement when he tries to recover.
Yeah, we saw Raydish kind of go out with a dash jump reverse ground pound that was just slightly misspaced. That definitely would have been able to put a nice little number onto Fakey, but we're seeing Fakey definitely utilize this Scythe here, trying to catch some of Radish's movement, but that inline's going to send Fakey way off the stage. Radish picking up the orb, looking for a side air, sidelight side air, going to dodge that insig that's caught Radish so many times, and we're seeing Fakey kind of, dash jump reverse ground pound. Dare! Ooh, what a great confirm! And Fakey's going to nice, kind of take that stock out pretty cleanly, pretty professionally with a nice dash jump reverse ground pound on that Scythe into a dare, and there's just no getting back from that, honestly. Ooh, another one.
Fakey putting Radish on bracket stock with some pretty nice in-game awareness, recognizing like, okay, Radish is speeding up the game around me, and although I'm going to lose that second stock, Radish recognizing speeding up the game around me, really chasing me down this orb, I'm going to hang back a little bit. I know it's been my whole thing, and what the casters have really been saying the praises about me so much that, that I just completely chase down, and some of us don't even really respect neutral. I'm going to respect this one time because Radish is hot on my tail, and I'm going to try to get the bleeding to stop so I can get that KO. Fakey, great recognition of the game state, and always willing to adapt. And it's kind of, this could be it. Fakey pitched the tail the wrong way, but it does not matter. Radish goes down to lower brackets at the hand of this Hugin demon.
Wow, I'm speechless now. Like, wow, that's like, it's just the level of gameplay that we're seeing here is just so high, and I love to see it.